this is a small little look at one of my upcoming build projects. So I'm a huge fan of Chaos, as in the YouTuber. So most of the builds I do are inspired by his work, and this is an upcoming project that I'm doing. We'll get to what that thing is in a sec. All you have to know is that what I've done is I've essentially replaced the... Okay, so as of 1.4, living wood walls became had an unsafe variant for enemy spawns, such as the gnome. What I've done is just replaced all of them with regular ones, and then started on this. This is inspired by Chippy Gaming's Druid playthrough, in which his base was a living tree with a druidic altar in the middle. I decided I wanted to do something similar, so that's what we have here. We also have Wispy here. Just that little helper. And then this. This is something I can do pretty often. This little campsite. It's not that hard to do, actually. These are the ancient chairs. The ashen ones work too. I use the ancient ones because they look a bit more underdeveloped. So this is one of the ambient objects. Probably my favorite of them, to be honest, that I just cheat paint tooled in here. And then campfire. So these are painted brown, basically. So it's a simple campsite build. A small little board right here. And then a training dummy. We have a statue and then a small workshop as well as some storage. A good way to start a playthrough if you really don't have a base. And that brings me into our next little thing. I will warp over to it. Welcome to Sunlit Shallows. So this is a small fishing dock that I made. So basically, this is bamboo and then large bamboo with shade wood. So ebon wood wall down the middle for these beams, and then shade wood on the edge. Shade wood. There's a mixture of shade wood, fence, and wall here for these. So we have the wall anchor. We have the life preserver. So I wanted to make it look like a fishing dock. So I tried that, and then we also have these. So these are actually something I specialize in. These little lampposts here. It is wooden beam, and then ebon wood fence painted brown. These are bamboo, and then shade wood. Then these are just carriage lanterns here. So it's a really interesting and fun-looking thing to put on any sort of ocean build or something that you need light for. Lampposts would work, but they're not really fitting the theme of this, and I thought these looked way better. Now, as of 1.4, we have a lot more options, so I messed around for a bit. I thought this looked the best, but it's up to you. This is, I believe, shade wood here with bamboo fence down the middle there. That little light one is bamboo fence. Then we have a bunch of crates here. We have barrels. This is shade wood fencing over here. Oil rag sconces. We have... So I am using a mod that colors the Calamity relics. So we have these little things here for the boss relics of this specific biome. So the Fishron one would go here. I have not done any work in the ocean itself. Fun little fact. That is the astral infection background, which is funny because it's my kingdom. As the king of the astral infection, I find it hilarious that the background here is the astral infection one. If you're wondering why that is, I don't know, but I do have a working theory. So the theory is that during 1.3, the background ID, or the background number basically, in list order, so the ID of the Astral Underground's background was the same, is the same as the one that Relogic used for the trench in 1.4. The underground ocean area. So it results in this. Astral Ocean bottom text. This is inaccessible, and I had no idea that it spikes like this either. For a while. As you can see, we got some inaccessible ores. So this is probably going to be a main base area. Okay, so this I built. So there's just a shrine here without any entrance. So what I did is I just built up an entrance, and I covered it up in this. So you could put something on top of this to make it look like a fake entrance or something. The dungeon. I've done some stupid stuff, just messing around for a bit in here. Some dumb shenanigans. Like, yeah, there's this dumb stuff here. I will do dungeon eventually. It's on hold for now. What else is on hold is the sulfur sea, because dear god, I can't really I don't know if I can get that working, you know? So I have to fill all this in with sulfur sand. And I don't want to use paint tool. I want it all to be different texture. And if that wasn't bad enough, I gotta smooth it out over here. Fill in that. Just get rid of the shadow wards. I have to redo the dungeon. Gotta renovate the biolabs, because that's something I've actually been wanting to do for a while. Probably gonna do some planetoid builds. We have a pyramid here, which I've actually done a pyramid build before. I have another chance, and this here's... Comment below, as of 1.4, what's your favorite desert entrance? I really like this one. The Arcalis, the small holes I like, because they're a bit more accurate to how antlions would actually, you know, dig. They're very small, so it looks like the larva made them. But this is really cool. I like this because it looks like the worms or something just dug here. It resembles antlion things a bit more. So you have a pyramid that I can do something with. Sunken sea I can do something with. Calamity's World Gen, by the way. I'm sure we're all aware of the current issue that's going on. So while I'm showing off some stuff that I plan to do, I'm also going to be explaining some issues with 1.4 Calamity. Some of these I've actually had, but I found solutions on the Calamity... The community's, like, responses, the little comments you can give on workshop items. For example, if anyone else's boss rush is only spawning queen bees... For example, if your boss rush is only spawning queen bees, someone commented this to someone else, and I got a lot of advice out of it. It might be because you have Catalyst on. Catalyst seems to interfere with it a bit. By the way, mushroom vibe. Catalyst interferes with it, and then I'm sure a lot of us know the issue currently with the astral chest not exactly functioning. Someone made a mod that fixes that. So, I plan to learn programming, but I don't know it yet. So, basically, I have no frickin' idea how or what's going on here. But it's something about the scope in which the different member ranges. If you understand this, you understand this. The update to T-Mod Loader changed the scope in which the dungeon... it basically changes the range in which the dungeon can generate. So the astral chest would constantly crash the game because of that, because it wasn't in the right spot. So this one legendary person made a mod that does nothing unless you're generating a world with Calamity that literally just changes the scope of those things a bit more, I believe. To the point where this is now... The astral chest will now generate in the dungeon. Also, fun fact, has anyone else had this where you're doing a playthrough and then you get to the dungeon and you just have a fucking living tree going down the center? Like, I've had issues with a living tree just going right down here. I've actually had 3 of them in a row. And one of them was just, like, a couple of them were just impaling the dungeon. Tell me what else you all want to see me build on this world. The ocean's probably my nicest build yet. I plan to do some sort of cabin over here, like a fishing cabin. Yeah, other than that, though, that's about all I have to say. Whenever I finish with this, no matter how long it takes, whenever I do with it, I'm probably going to be uploading this to something. I want to let my viewers have a chance to experience this. So basically, if you're watching this, the reward the best I can give you for now is letting you know that if you watch this and hopefully you're subscribed, that you're gonna be able to experience this thing for yourself. You're gonna be able to experience this for yourself. Alright, next issue. I have had this issue a couple times. Sometimes it fixes itself, sometimes it doesn't. Where I'm just peacefully trying to test Exomex, and for some reason, I click the icon and nothing happens. I have no idea why it happens. It's probably something with my computer. But regardless, there's a couple more issues I could cover, like, if there's any other issues you want to know, let me know. I could try and find a way to cover them. Abyss Gen. The Abyss Gen's fine. The Sulfur Sea Gen needs a bit of work. If I were to go here, you notice those are water plants, and also this world's a bit bugged, as we can see. We got one of the islands has been straight up cut in half, which I find hilarious. This is odd. What? Oh. So yeah, we had a shell pile generate here, which caused that. So it's probably because of this, so it's not gonna work perfectly, but that's okay. It does a lot to help. This is a dangerously risky shrine. Comment below, by the way. Has anyone else tried to build a base here? Yeah, good luck with it. You're going to be suffocating. A lot. A lot. I guess I can show... So, I don't want to go in because I don't want Dungeon Guardians annoying me, even though I have God mode on. I actually do custom dungeon cells for these little rooms here to make it look like they were actually throwing prisoners in there. So comment what you want me to comment what you want me to build, and stay in a good mood. Stay in a good mood, people.